Welcome back to Easy Cooking. So today I'm going to be showing you the perfect recipe for Father's Day. I'm going to be showing you how to make Chipotle BBQ Ribs. Really easy to make and super delicious. The preparation time is going to be about 5 minutes. The cooking time is going to be a little longer. I'm going to be making the sauce from scratch, and I'm also going to be baking the ribs. So the cooking time in total is going to be about 2 hours and a half. But I promise every minute is worth it because they are simply delicious. I really recommend them. Remember to find the list of ingredients in the description box of this video, and you will also find it in my blog where you can print the whole recipe. Let's get started. Preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Here I have the ribs. Now season them with a little bit of Maggi sauce, and if you don't have any Maggi sauce, feel free to add Worcestershire sauce instead. Also season with black pepper and salt to taste on all sides. And with a small knife, I'm kind of dividing the ribs a little bit. This step is optional. You can leave them as they are if you prefer so. So remember to season the ribs well on all sides. And once they are well seasoned, now place them on a large piece of aluminum foil. And the foil should be large enough to wrap all around the ribs. We're going to wrap the ribs with the foil. And we're going to bake them at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 2 hours. While the ribs are cooking, now we're going to make the barbecue sauce. In a saucepan on medium heat, we're going to heat up the oil, and we're going to cook the minced onion for about 3 minutes or until it's softened. After 3 minutes or so, now we're going to add in the garlic. Continue to cook this for 1 more minute, stirring frequently. And then after that, add in the brown sugar. Continue to stir and cook until the sugar has dissolved completely. Once the sugar is well dissolved, now we're going to add in the ketchup and also add in the chipotles in adobo sauce. Also add 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar together with half a cup of beer. If you prefer, you can replace the beer with water. Add more salt and pepper if needed. Now set the heat to medium, and we're going to bring this to a boil. You can cover this with a lid so it will boil faster. And this is how it looks once the sauce is boiling. And at this point, you can remove the chipotle peppers and discard them if you want to. Or you can remove them and blend them in a blender and then add them back into the sauce. So I'm going to remove the chipotle peppers from the sauce, and then I'm going to blend them until I get a smooth paste. By blending the peppers, you're going to get a more spicy flavor. You're going to be adding a little bit of heat, but it's not going to be overwhelming. It won't be too spicy. It will be just perfect. And by removing the peppers, you will get a really tangy and smoky kind of flavor, but without adding any heat. It won't be spicy at all. It will have a more tangy and sweet kind of flavor. So depending on what you like, you can decide to either blend the peppers or just remove them completely. Or maybe you prefer to blend some of the peppers and then discard the rest. So like I said, I'm going to be blending all the peppers until I get a soft paste. And then I'm going to add them back into the sauce. And then after you remove or blend the peppers, you're going to continue to cook the sauce on low heat for 30 minutes. Again, you can cover this with a lid if you want to. And after 30 minutes, this is how it looks. As you can see, the sauce has already thickened a little bit. And if you didn't blend the peppers, your sauce might not be as thick as mine, but it doesn't matter. The consistency of the sauce after 30 minutes on low heat should be perfect, and the flavor will be phenomenal. Now taste the flavor, add more salt and pepper if needed, and once you're happy with the flavor, now remove the sauce from the heat and just let it cool down and reserve it until you're ready to use it. After 2 hours in the oven, this is how the ribs look like. Now we're going to remove them from the oven. We're going to set the oven temperature to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. And now we're going to spoon some of the barbecue sauce all over the ribs. You want the ribs to be well covered with the sauce on all sides. So flip them around and cover them with the sauce on all sides. And as you can see, the ribs are looking a little more tender. So now we're going to place them back in the oven for another 15 more minutes. And remember, the oven temperature is now at 450 degrees Fahrenheit. So after 15 minutes, this is how they look. I made the mistake of placing them in the higher rack in the oven. That's why they got a little too brown. But that's okay, it doesn't matter. So now we're going to brush them again with more barbecue sauce on all sides. And then after that, place them back in the oven for another 10 or 15 more minutes, or until they are nice and brown and sticky and well cooked. And this time, I'm going to make sure I place them on the middle rack in my oven so they won't get too brown. And after 10 minutes, this is how they look. As you can see, they look perfect now. I placed them in the middle rack in the oven so they didn't get too brown this time. They look so delicious, and your dad is going to be so happy if you cook this for him on Father's Day. You can garnish them with more barbecue sauce, then sprinkle with green onions, and you can serve them with mashed potatoes, and that's about it. Enjoy! To print these and some other delicious recipes, please don't forget to visit my blog. The link is going to be down below. And remember, you will also find me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Pinterest. I'm everywhere, so all the links are going to be down below. If you want, you can check them out. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel to be notified of future updates. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!